What is up, my loves? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Natalie Hughes. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a life mindset and manifestation coach. In my business, on my platform, my job and my intention is to support professional women in co-creating emotionally fulfilled, purpose-driven lives for themselves. And in today's oh my God, I just realized it's Tuesday. And I didn't put out a podcast episode yesterday. Time is so weird. It doesn't matter. Focus on what you're recording. In today's video, we are doing that by getting some psychic insight into your next vacation. Vacation with your boo. If you're single, maybe who will that boo be? Where will you go? What will you do? Okay? Okay. Timestamps are in the description box already. You see the picture? There's 3 of them. Choose one or choose all of them. That's fine too. And I'll see you there. Okay. Pile number 1. Hi. We're getting information on your next vacation. Where are you going? Who are you going with? What is the overall vibe? I'm trying to figure out which cards I want to work with. I know I want the Tarot of Mystical Moments at some point, but I want to start with this oracle. And then we have the Cosmic Egg, but I don't have this booklet with me, y'all. No, I need to go get the booklet. I'm sorry. Wait, can I pause this recording? Oh my God, so good. So it turns out I can pause the video, and I already did pause the video. I feel like a fucking magician, because for you, that was like no time at all. For me, that was like 3 minutes. So I got the book, and I'm glad that I listened because I know exactly what this is. Okay. So number 1, this Cosmic Egg card is talking about the interconnectedness of all things. It's talking about self-realization. It's talking about activating your crown chakra. It's talking about a lot of things, but I'm going to jump into the immediate things that I'm getting through this. Number 1, on this vacation, you might be experiencing like a crown chakra activation. So you could be experiencing this during intimacy. You're gonna have to read through the lines. And I didn't mean crown chakra activation. I mean, yes, I meant that, but I meant was Kundalini awakening, because there's a snake and it's going up in a spiral towards the head. So if you are somebody who's familiar with what that feels like, Kundalini energy rising from your root chakra, from the base of your spine, going up into your crown chakra, it's this kind of orgasmic feeling. I don't really know how to describe it or put it into words, but I feel like I really don't have to, because you're going to know what it's like, because you're going to experience this. So your next vacation is going to be very spiritual. And I don't necessarily mean that you're going to go to a spiritual place, although you could go to a spiritual place. I think this is more so about the partner that you are going with. I think this is about this person that you are in a relationship with, this person you're connecting with, this person that you will be with at the time of this vacation. They are somebody who really activates you on a spiritual level. They are somebody who really just activates your awareness of things, right? Your awareness of the interconnectedness of things, your awareness of who you are on a soul level. And it's like there are certain experiences that you have where you'll never go back to the way that life was. You'll never go back to seeing life the way that you once did. And this is the kind of connection, this is the kind of person where you'll never go back to feeling like maybe soulmates don't exist. You'll never go back to feeling like maybe psychic abilities don't exist, because this person, this connection, and this trip is going to really activate your crown chakra. And for me, that feels like really activating like your psychic gifts, where you're going to be connecting with this person, and it's like you guys are going to get on like the same frequency, or you guys are going to be on the same frequency. How do I describe this? I was just watching Gilmore Girls the other day, and there was an episode of Gilmore Girls where one of the characters, the mom, Lorelai, she works at an inn, and they had like an event there, and they ended up inviting everybody from the town. So everybody from the town goes to this event, and then Lorelai's mom and dad, they get into an argument. And so Lorelai's mom goes to, her name is Emily. Emily goes to Lorelai and Rory's room, basically like, can I sleep here tonight? I do not want to be in the same room as your father. And so Lorelai and Rory are like, yes. And so they're all getting ready for bed. And Emily's like, can I use the bathroom? I need the mirror. And Lorelai's like, I'll use the mirror out here in the living room area. And so Emily's in the bathroom with the door open, and Lorelai is sitting in front of the mirror, and they're both applying face cream, and they both apply face cream in the exact same way. They put it on their cheeks, and they put 3 dabs, and then they put it on their face, and then, you know what I'm saying? And it's like scary because they're both doing this, but they're not looking at each other. They're not talking to each other. And then Rory, who is the granddaughter, the daughter, is observing them. And then she goes, I've seen my future. Like, this is creepy. And then Lorelai looks at her mom and is like, oh my God, like, I'm so weirded out. So it's kind of like that vibe, but there's no like being weirded out. It's like you and this person are going to come together, and you're going to realize, oh my God, I just woke up. I'm sorry. You'll have to bear with my voice. As she figures out how to work this morning. It's 1:11 in the morning while I'm recording this. So it's like they're showing me what the Parent Trap. They're showing me The Parent Trap. The Parent Trap is a movie starring Lindsay Lohan, where there are these 2 girls. They're like 11 or 12 years old, and they go away to sleepaway camp, and then they are enemies at camp, and then they like get sent out to this cabin in the woods because they get in trouble. So they're the twins. Well, they don't know that they're twins. I kind of spoiled it. Fuck. But anyway, they go out to this cabin in the woods, and they just start talking. They don't have anybody else to talk to. And I think, God, it's been a minute since I've seen the movie all the way through, but I think they have an experience where they're like, oh, like these are snacks that I really like. And they're like, I like peanut butter and Oreos. And the other girl is like, I like peanut butter and Oreos too. And then they're just like having this moment where they're like, we do kind of look alike. And the other girl is like, we do not look alike. And they're like standing right in front of each other, and they're like fucking identical twins. And long story short, they end up like they're talking about their lives, and one of them is like, I don't have a dad, and the other one is like, I don't have a mom. And they like show pictures of their parents, and then they both have this picture of like their other parent. I think like one girl has a picture of her dad who she's never met, the other girl has a picture of her mom who she's never met, and they put the pictures together, and it's like, oh my god, the pictures fit. Like, our parents are each other's parents. That means we're twins, we're related. Oh my god. And that's like just the beginning of the movie, right? So I feel like that's the vibe and the energy here. It's like two people coming together, and maybe you guys have hung out before, you noticed similarities between the two of you before, but now that you're actually like out on like a, like a outing with each other for a long period of time, sleeping with each other, hanging out with each other for several days at a time, you're going to start seeing things, understanding things, noticing things that you did not notice earlier, you did not notice before. And a lot of it is like not just similarities between the two of you, even though, of course, there are similarities, but it's something about the way that you guys are going to be like moving. And I feel like that manifests in so many different ways. Like, you guys are going to, I'm just seeing two people who kind of like naturally fall into a routine, naturally fall into a rhythm where like certain things just, how can I describe it? It just feels like an energy, and I'm trying to take this energy and like intuitive understanding, and I'm trying to put words, but I'm just feeling like none of the translations are giving what I need them to give. It's almost like you guys are going to connect in this way that is so rooted in your crown chakra. It's like it's so spiritual that bringing it into the physical, like talking about it, like it loses its weight, it waters it down. There's going to be something that is like palpable between the two of you, and like sure, it's attraction and all of that, but it's different. It's something on a soul level where these two energies are like mingling with one another and kind of like exchanging with one another, and it's like two like puzzle pieces that are coming together in a way that they never have before. And you guys are just going to be having these like realizations about who you are to one another. Like, during this vacation, after this vacation, I feel like you guys are going to come back feeling more close than you've ever felt before. You guys are going to have an experience where it's kind of like there's no doubt in my mind that soulmates exist. There's no doubt in my mind that this is somebody who is connected to me on a soul level, on a heart level, on a mind level, on a physical level. It's like you and this person are going to experience like this like mind body soul alignment with one another, and it's just going to be beautiful, and it's going to create some sort of awakening within you. And I'm sure that's going to look different for all of you, so maybe that's why it's so generalized, but there's some sort of awakening that's happening for both of you. It's not just one person being like, oh my god, I realized this thing. It's like two people, like two twins from the Parent Trap, and they're both at the same time going, oh my god, we're twin sisters. Like, it's two people at the same time going, oh my god, we're really soulmates. Like, oh my god, this is really my person. So you're having some sort of realization, you're having some sort of awakening, you're having some sort of epiphany, you're having this new alignment in a new way, and you're also like moving together in a really beautiful way. So much so that I feel like when this vacation ends, I feel like you guys are going to start talking about like moving in together, or even if you don't start directly talking about moving in together, you're going to be putting more energy and effort towards seeing each other. So if you live at a distance or they live on the opposite side of town, it's like after this vacation happens, you're going to spend more time at their house. You're going to spend a weekend at their house. They're going to spend the weekend at your house. You're going to be over their house, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday before you go home for the weekend. You're going to have your toothbrush at their house. You're going to have a little drawer with your clothes in it at their home. It's like you're going to start moving in together, whether you directly start talking about moving in together or not. And it's like this experience where there's two people and they don't want to be away from each other. I feel like something about sleeping with each other, not just in like a, explicit sense, but just sleeping next to one another and connecting with one another in that way, it's like a next level of comfort, a next level of safety and security. It's like this is not something that I don't want to go back to the way that things were. So I feel like after this vacation, you're going to like this vacation is going to find something for you. It's going to solidify something for you. It's going to solidify your place as a couple, which kind of makes sense because I haven't seen this a lot about people in romantic relationships, but there's a kind of popular thing across social media of like when you take a girls trip with all of your friends and you come back from the girls trip and none of you guys are friends anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like I know that my friendship is real because we survived the girls trip. Like it's going to be that kind of energy where you know that this relationship is real. This trip solidifies that relationship. This trip kind of solidifies maybe an idea or concept that was floating around in your mind that was like, maybe I could spend the rest of my life with this person. Maybe I could move in with this person. Maybe I could take this relationship to the next level. And after this trip, because of the harmony, because of the peace, because of the interconnectedness of it all between like the two of you, the way that you guys work together, the way that you guys problem solve, the way that you guys make each other feel, you're going to be like, no, like this person, I want them around more. I want them to move in with me. I want to live with them. I want to be next to them. I want to be close to them. I want to be close to them all of the time. I want them in my life. And okay, so there's that. And then I'm also getting and just feeling that like you're going to be um like as a couple, this soul connection between the two of you, this like interconnectedness between the two of you, this awakening between the two of you, it's going to resonate with other people because this cosmic egg card says something like when you connect with and activate your crown chakra, it is said that there is a light that radiates out from you that is greater than a million suns. So it's like this energy, this activation, this connection is like leveling the two of you up. You're connecting with one another on a soul level, and at the same time, you're connecting with yourselves on a soul level. So it's like that people are more beautiful when they are more connected to themselves on a soul level because it's like there's more source energy than ever before that is being grounded into their physical body. And source energy is fucking God. So, of course, it's beautiful. Of course, it's radiant. And so there's something different about those people because when you are close to them, it's like you feel closer to God in a sense because they're so connected to who they are on a soul level. So as you hang out with them more, you become connected with your own soul more, you become more radiant, you become more beautiful, and it spreads. So the two of you are going to come together during this vacation and you're going to be like radiant. Like the two of you together are going to look more beautiful. You're going to look more attractive. There's going to be something about you, something that people can't quite put their fingers on. It's like all of this energy, it's like it's palpable, but it's also intangible. It's not something that people are going to know how to describe, but they're going to know it when they see it. That they're looking at two people that are in love, but that doesn't really do what they're seeing justice. So you guys are going to have an experience where you're like walking around, like I'm seeing two people like at a resort, and there's like an older couple, and they're like, sitting at a restaurant talking, and then there's this older couple, this like older woman that like stops them and is like, excuse me, like, you are the most beautiful people that we have ever seen. Or like, my husband and I were watching the two of you talk, and the way that you stare into each other's eyes is just so inspiring and so beautiful. Like, how long have you guys been married for? I feel like people are going to assume that you're married. I feel like people are going to assume that you're like on a honeymoon. Like, you guys are going to have some sort of like newlywed type of glow going on. And you guys, I mean, you could be married, you could be newly married, but that's not the vibe that I'm getting. So you guys are going to kind of be like, no, like, we are not married. I feel like you're just going to get that a lot. Like, you're going to get a lot of people who see that the two of you are in love. They see that the two of you are connected. They see that the two of you are soulmates, and they want to be around you. They want to connect with you. They want to talk to you. They want to hear from you. They want to hear your story. They want to hear your love story. Where do you guys come from? What are you guys celebrating? What are you guys doing here? Like, I just feel like there's a very social energy that's going on here, and like it's a very attractive energy, and I feel like both of you guys are going to be feeling very good about yourselves, not just because there are people telling you that you guys look so beautiful and you guys look so good together, but I just feel like you guys are going to feel so good about yourselves, period, because you bring that energy out within one another. And you're going to have an experience where it's like, when you plan an outfit in your head, or you pack up your suitcase, you're like, okay, I'm gonna wear this with this, and I'm gonna pack these shoes, and I got these accessories, and da 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 da. It's like you're gonna be having an experience where all of the plans that you made for your outfits, they're working out. They look really good. You guys might have an experience where you're doing like a color coordinating thing, where you're like matching. You guys might have an experience where you guys are matching clothes and you didn't even plan on matching clothes. Like, your person goes into the bathroom, they got up and they got dressed, and you didn't see them because your back was turned and you're digging through your suitcase. So they're in the bathroom, like brushing their teeth or washing their face or whatever. And then you get dressed, and then they come out of the bathroom, and now you're fully dressed. And it's like, why are we both wearing the same exact colors? Why are we both wearing black and white? Why are we both wearing gingham print? Like, like, why do we both have on the same outfit? Like, did you plan this? Did you see what I was pulling out of my suitcase? Like, no, I didn't see. Did you see what I had on when I walked into the bathroom? It's like, no, I literally did not see this. So I think you guys are gonna just realize like shit like that. Like, you think the same, you kind of look the same a little bit, you dress kind of similar. There's something about you that's just moving in unison with one another. It's kind of like two people that are walking and their stride is like the same, or they're walking at the same pace. Like, that, when you're like connecting with people and like you're walking and like your right foot is touching down at the same time on the ground, like, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking soldiers. Like, like, you guys are just gonna be so deeply connected with one another, and it's going to just radiate out. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of I'm thinking of the word. There's just going to be a lot of alignment between the two of you. And I'm looking for this card. Come on. Because the Giselle is at the bottom. to Giselle. Heightened awareness and ability, vulnerable, supreme grace, sophistication, and elegance. It says, with every move, this awe-inspiring beauty amidst sophistication and elegance. Like, that's going to be the two of you. Beautiful, like fucking Giselle's. Every single move you make, every single step you take, you're going to emit this elegance. You're going to emit this like luxurious vibe. Like you're just gonna give off this energy. You guys are gonna give off this energy. I feel like you guys are gonna like look very rich, which you can be rich and financially abundant, but it's like you guys are going to look that like, you know. I'm laughing because there's a ludicrous lyric that's coming to my mind. Um, and in the song, he just says he's looking, he's feeling, he's smelling like $1,000,000. And that's the kind of vibe. Like, you guys are gonna look good, you guys are gonna feel good, you guys are gonna come together, you're gonna look good together, and this energy is going to radiate off of you, this source energy, this God level energy, and it's going to attract people to you. And I just overall, I feel like you guys are gonna have a good time. I feel like you guys are not gonna be like, oh my God, there's 1,000,001 people that keep coming up to us. I feel like you guys are gonna feel like you're gonna feel like a celebrity in a way. Like, you might talk about this vacation after you guys come back home, and it's like, remember the time that we went to XYZ different place and we were basically like a local celebrity at the resort, because every time we left our room there was somebody talking to us, or we have one conversation with one couple at dinner, and then the next day we're at the beach, and then that couple is also at the beach, and so they're seeing us and they're saying hi. It's like I'm seeing people walking past you, and people are like waving at you like they know you. And it's like you just had a conversation. You just talked to them at the bar for like 5 minutes. So it's like there's this energy of popularity, and I feel like this vacation cements in your relationship that the two of you want to be together, that the two of you want to go closer, that the two of you want more intimacy. But it's also something about like the status of the two of you, and it's like the two of you together are very popular. The two of you together are very radiant. The two of you together are very beautiful. The two of you together are something that people want to look at, something that people want to be around. And now I'm starting to get like a networking energy, a business energy. I don't think that you're doing business here, but I think that you're doing business when you go back home. Maybe this maybe this was something that was just a conversation that was had before, but after this vacation ends, like, if I have a company party, I'm going to invite my person, and if my person has a company party, my person's gonna invite me. Like, my person does want me to be at that luncheon, my person does want me to go with them to that fundraiser, because as a couple, we uplift one another, we look really beautiful, and we're very, very popular. So this is a couple that's going to come together, and they're going to be very, very popular in everything. So in any aspect of life, when you want more attention, you're gonna bring out your partner. And it's not that you're not going to be radiant, because you are going to be radiant, because your sun, like your soul, is like being more expressed, and it's more in your body, and like you're going to get more attention in general with this energy. But it's like when the two of you come together, the energy is infectious. People are seeking you out. They have to know you. They have to talk to you. They have to, discuss life with you, and they are just so impressed with you. I just feel like your love is very inspiring to people, and I didn't know that this reading was going to go in this particular way. So we've got the Fool. We got to get just a couple more cards. Oh my God, we got the Fool and the Six of Cups. So if you don't want a baby, if you don't want a baby, if you don't want to be pregnant, um, you need to wrap that up. You need to wrap that up like 3 times each time. You need to take the necessary steps and precautions, okay? Because there's 3 children in this card, okay? I see triplets, like yeah, because it's the Fool and the Six of Cups. The Fool is like major new beginnings, and the Six of Cups is like kids. So that's one message that I'm getting. So if you do not want to leave that with a permanent souvenir, if you do not want to leave that vacation with a permanent souvenir, then you need to take the necessary steps and precautions because yeah, your spirit babies are in the spirit realm and they're like, this energy is so great, can't resist. all of this beautiful creative energy, all of this high vibrational energy, like, I have to jump on this bandwagon. Like, of course, I'm on the way, mom and dad. Like, yeah, coming soon. So some of you might be getting pregnant. Some of you might be okay with getting pregnant. This does not feel like a deliberate choice and decision, though. This feels like, oh, what a great surprise. And when I announce that I'm pregnant, then we have to have like our baby moon back at this place that I got pregnant, you know? So it's like that kind of vibe. But other than that, with the Fool and the Six of Cups, I feel like the two of you are going to have so much fun together. I feel like the two of you bring out a very childlike energy together, and that's source energy, right? We are the most purest expressions of ourselves on a soul level when we're kids, when we're babies. That, in a sense, that purity is like pure source energy, pure God energy, when you're not worrying about, the ways that we're negatively socialized in our environments growing up. You're not worried about the limiting beliefs about who you have to be so that other people will like you. You're just who you are. You're just source energy. And so with the Fool, the Six of Cups, and the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, oh my God, the Two of Cups in this deck, it's the tarot of mystical moments, and the Two of Cups in this deck, it's literally two freaking twins. Like, literally, these people look like identical freaking twins. So I feel like, God, I feel like you guys are going to take pictures together. You guys are going to look really beautiful. Like, you guys might take pictures together at this event and then, like, make it your Facebook profile. Like, you both may take a picture together and then like make it your Facebook profile, but it's the same picture, and so people can't like tell you apart. Like like which one of you's Facebook profile is this? Like, you really have to focus on the name and not the picture, because it's so hard to tell these two people apart. Where does one start? Where does the other begin? It's like that kind of energy. It's not necessarily codependent, like, oh, nobody has a sense of self anymore. It's just this higher level connection. And so with the Fool and the Six of Cups, you guys are just going to have so much fun with one another. It's like you guys find the same things fun. You guys want to do the same thing. So you might have a moment or an experience where, like, some people stereotypically, they will go on a vacation and they need to go to the club every single night. They wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and they're already drinking. Nothing, wrong with that. Do what you'd like to do. But that's not what you want to do. You want to maybe sleep in one day. You want to wake up and hike and go see the sunrise the next day. You are having a moment where you're like, hey, I know that we had plans to go down to the beach, but I'm actually feeling a little bit tired and I really want to read this book that I got at the airport. And they're like, I'm so happy that you said that, because I really want to read this book that I got at the airport. And so you guys are sitting in your hotel, or you're sitting on the balcony, or you go to the beach, whatever, and you're just sitting in silence reading this book. And now I'm hearing that song by Jill Scott. And the title of that song is A Long Walk. So you might want to go listen to that. And she's just saying, like, let's hang out with each other, let's take a long walk, let's have a conversation. And one part of the song, she just says, or maybe we could just be silent. Like, there's an intimacy and a closeness in being able to just sit in silence. We don't have to be like overly entertaining ourselves every moment of every single day. We can really just sit with one another, and we can really just chill, and we can have a moment where we're doing our own thing, or like there's just a different level of harmony that's happening between the two of you. And the last thing that I'm getting for you is that you could be experiencing like prophetic dreams together, like, because this is like crown chakra activation. It's like when you guys sleep together, like 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 you're actually asleep. Okay, when you guys when you guys sleep together, you could have like dreams about the same thing, like you're astral traveling together, or you're seeing something, because it's almost like the energy is so spiritual, the energy is so high. You guys are like seeing visions of the future. So it's like both of you go to sleep and both of you have dreams about your future kids. Both of you have dreams about your future life together, and it could be a different experience. Like, one of you wakes up and is like, I had a dream that we lived in XYZ place and we had 3 kids. And the other one of you is like, I had a dream that we lived in XYZ place and we had 2 kids. Like, that's so weird. And it's like, it doesn't have to be the same exact dream, but it's like that energy. It's like that energy has to manifest. That super high spiritual energy is a very psychic. I feel like when the two of you like make love together, it's going to be a very psychically intense exchange between you two. And there's going to be like visions of the future, energy shifts, and all of that stuff that is happening during or after that moment. So that's what I've got for you, pile number 3. If you want to enter this week's giveaway, you can comment down below, #next level. I'm going to choose the winner on the 24th. It's going to be randomly generated. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that using the link in the description. If you want to look into my courses and enroll in them, you can find more information about them using those links. If you want to apply for personal coaching with me, then you can also do that using the links in the description. So that's all that I've got for you. I love you, and I will see you in the next reading. Okay, pile number 2. What is up, my loves? We are getting information about your next vacation. Maybe we're going to hear about what you're going to do, what it's going to be like, who it's going to be with. I'm not sure. But let's get into it. Give us information on pile number 2's next vacation. We have hyena, which is fabulous. And then we have bat. A lot of night creatures here. And then we have lamb. And at the bottom of the deck, we have hummingbird, which I love hummingbirds. And to me, hummingbirds are always going to represent like romance and soulmates. So with this energy, when you see hyena, you think laughter. So I feel like with this, on this vacation, there's going to be a lot of laughter. There's going to be a lot of fun. 3 out of 4 of the cards in this spread are in darkness. 2 out of 4 of the spreads have the moon present. So I feel like wherever you guys go, it's going to be a location where there's a lot of nightlife. It's going to be a location where there's a lot of clubs. There's a lot of opportunities to party. And there's a lot of excitement. So I'm seeing two people that are going out. They're they're going to the club. They're going to a club that has really good music. They're drinking, they're having a good time, they're dancing. I'm seeing New Orleans, I'm seeing Puerto Rico, I'm seeing um Miami. They're going someplace that has a really strong nightlife, that has a really strong culture, that has like music and drinks, a style of dance that is very tied and connected to that particular culture. So I'm seeing people who are going out and they're dancing, they're having adventure. I feel like every single time you leave your hotel room, it's going to be a different adventure. Every single time you walk out of the house, it's going to be something funny that's happening, something hilarious that's happening. You saw something that was hilarious. You experienced something that was hilarious. Like everything is going to be so funny to you. It's going to be like it's going to be like you guys took like laughing gas, or maybe you guys like smoked weed or something, where like everything is going to be so funny to you. Like everything is hilarious. Every joke this person says is hilarious. Every joke that you say is hilarious. You guys could have like inside jokes with one another. You could have like an ongoing inside joke with one another that for this duration of the trip, and like maybe after the trip, every single time you mention that joke, every single time you like allude to that joke, you just burst into laughter, and you really find this shit so funny. So there's a lot of fun and there's a lot of play that's going to take place in this connection, in this relationship during this vacation. And then when we have bats, we have nocturnal energy. So I feel like you guys are going to be going out. I feel like you guys are going to be out every single night. Okay? A this is not a vacation where you guys are getting up early to watch the sun rise. You might be out all night and the sun starts rising. That might be how you see the sun rise, but you guys are going to be like on your nocturnal shit basically, because you're going to be out at night. You're going to be out all night. You're going to be out having adventure, having fun, realizing things, like seeing things. And it's not that it can't be special, but not special. What am I trying to say? Because pile number one, there was realization, but it was like spiritual realization. It was like all things are interconnected and we are eternal souls having a human experience, right? But this is like you guys are having realizations, and the realizations that you're having is that like this is the best tequila that you've ever had in your life, or like why did it take you so long to try Douce? This is the best cognac in the world. I think Douce is cognac, I'm pretty sure. It's like you're having an experience where you're having so much fun. You're realizing things. You're realizing I love this song. You're realizing I love this culture. You're realizing I love dancing in this way. You're realizing I can go out all night. So I definitely feel like you're going to have that experience, but you're also going to have an experience where like you're going out, you're partying, you're having a really good time. Like you're having really fun. You're having a lot of fun. And the song that I'm hearing is Kid Cudi, Memories. He says, all the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just want to let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. Oh, I love that song. That song is like from the early 2000s. It reminds me of like just the best experiences and feelings of my childhood. Like that song evokes something from me emotionally. And I think that this trip is going to do that for you, where it's going to be something that you always look back on that evokes a certain feeling within you. It's going to evoke a nostalgic feeling for you. Like there's something about this trip that's going to become very notorious. It's going to be, of all of the vacations that we took 20 years down the line, we're looking back at that time that we took a trip to New Orleans, and we experienced this and this and this, and we went out to the club, and the club stayed open until 3, and then we were walking around the streets of New Orleans from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and the sun was coming up, and that was when we made it back to the hotel room, and then we slept all day, and then we woke up and we did it again. Like that's the experience that you're going to have, where it's just going to be really good memories. It's going to be good memories and good experiences where you're going to look back at that years later and you're going to laugh. You're going to look back at those memories and those experiences and like, oh my God, can you believe that happened? Can you believe that like things manifested in that way, that things aligned in that way? Can you believe that we met that guy and he did that crazy thing? Like, oh my God. Like, okay, this example that's coming to my mind is like, it's not like the peak of this energy, but it's a really good example. So a couple years ago, I went on a cruise. I went on a cruise for Christmas with my mom and my family. And I was out because like cruises have clubs. So I was like at the club inside of the cruise, and there was a guy there, and he's like this man has to be in his 40s, okay? And I want to say that he has on like a fedora. And if he doesn't have on a fedora hat, then he's a 40-year-old black man with fedora hat energy. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? So this man, he's in the club, and like he's cool, like he's drunk, he's there every night, he's partying, whatever. But something happens, and this man starts freestyling in the middle of the club. In the middle of the dance floor. I was not standing by the bar. I was not off to the side. In the middle of the dance floor with the music going. He is competing with the volume of the music, and he is rapping. I don't remember if his raps were good. I just remember it was so fucking intense. And I was there with this guy, not like I was there with this guy, but this guy who I had known or who I had met earlier was also there, and we're standing next to each other or something. And at some point, like this guy is rapping to me, he's rapping to the other guy, and because he's competing with the volume of the music inside of the fucking club, he's like really fucking close to you, like like he keeps leaning in more, and he's just fucking rapping like and I remember this guy, like we're both being like, I'm a Pisces and this guy that I was with is a Cancer, so we're both kind of in a way like we're like nodding our head like, oh yeah, like this is so cool, like nobody is really enjoying this, but I'm not gonna tell this man, okay, stop now, like like, okay, yes, like I will support your dreams, like okay, like yeah, sure, like thank you for spitting these bars. You didn't really ask me if I wanted to hear it before, but like we're here now, And he's just like getting closer and closer and closer. And he's like, so first he's like rapping to me, and then he's like rapping to this guy, and he like keeps getting closer and closer to the guy to like rap with him. And the guy's trying to like nod and be like, yeah, like kind of a little bit supportive, like, okay, like cool. Like, that this is not really accurate, but what's flashing in my mind is like that Jay-Z meme. It's like a Jay-Z gif of him like humming along to music and like bobbing his head and like kind of getting into it. Like it's kind of that, like this guy is kind of like nodding his head like, oh, okay, like this is cool, dude. And the fedora man is like keeps leaning in more and more into this guy, like he's gonna kiss this guy, but it's not a romantic thing. Like he's rapping, there is no attempting to kiss here. And the guy at some point is like like pushing the guy off of him, like, okay, man, like, like fucking chill. And I remember the next day, I saw that man, and he was like with like a whole bunch of like people in like the early 20s, you know? Um, and it's so funny, like that man had to have like Sagittarius energy, like Peter Pan fucking syndrome down, okay? Because he's like 100% in his fucking 40s, and he's like hanging out with like the young 20 somethings inside of this cruise ship, which, like, you know, no big deal. So I saw him the next day, and this is like, you know, like the middle of the day or something, and I had like mentioned it or something, and he's like, oh my god, yes, sometimes when I get really drunk I like rap. I was freestyling in the middle of the club. So it's like an experience like that. Like every single time I think about that cruise, every single time I think about that experience, I have to laugh. Like that shit was so fucking funny, and it was so fucking random. I did not anticipate that happening. I did not ask for that, but it was a surprise. It was a pleasant surprise, not because he was a great rapper, but because this is the most hilarious shit that I've ever experienced in my fucking life. And I'm so glad that I got to experience this. And so I feel like you guys are going to have a lot of experiences like that, where it's like 20 years from now, you're going to look back at the guy who was rapping to you in the middle of the club. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have a lot of very positive memories. And then with the energy of the lamb, I also get this very sweet energy. So there's going to be a lot of cuddling. I just laced my fingers like into one another. So there's going to be a lot of like holding hands everywhere that you go. Um and just like cuddling. I feel like the two of you, when you sleep, you're going to be like your limbs are going to be entangled with one another. Like your head is going to be on this person's chest. You're going to be asleep, but you're still going to be holding hands. Like you guys are going to have this closeness and this like sweetness. It's like this sweet adorableness between the two of you, and it's kind of giving that like Taylor Swift Lavender Haze kind of energy, where it's like when you guys aren't partying super hard and when you guys aren't drinking and dancing, and it's just the two of you being really sweet with one another and just chilling with one another. It's kind of like I'll stop the world and melt with you type of feeling and vibe, where it's really just the two of you that are existing, and everybody else just kind of fades away. So that's definitely the vibe that I'm getting. You guys also might be eating lamb. Of all of the animals, that is the first time that I've ever gotten that. Like, I look at that lamb and something inside of me is like delicious, which I've never had lamb before. But if it tastes anything like goat, which I don't know why it would, but I kind of feel like it might, then it's probably good. So I feel like you guys might be eating lamb. Or somebody here really likes to eat lamb. Okay, tell us about this. Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Pentacles. You guys, for some of you, don't take this if it doesn't resonate with you. I feel like you guys are not going to make love, because the High Priestess is like the Virgin, and the Knight of Pentacles is like a slow moving energy, and the Eight of Pentacles is like putting work into something. So it's like, I feel like either you guys will not make love to one another during this trip, or if you guys are intimate with one another, then it is like something that happens slowly and gradually over time. Like there's a really big energy of like taking time. So for some of you, you might not be active in that way. You might not be experienced in that way at all. So you might be a little bit more reserved, or maybe you've been celibate, or whatever the reason is. I just see this energy of really taking it slow. So there's like this fun energy, there's this exciting energy. We're going out, we're having fun, we're drinking, we're dancing. But when it actually comes to the relationship, like when it actually comes to like that physically intimate part of the relationship, there's more softness, and there's more of like a tender energy, and there's just a desire to be with one another, and the desire to hold one another, and the desire to explore one another's body, and just chill, you know? But it's not like you're chilling and you're not doing anything, but it's like you're chilling, like there's no rush to do anything. So there's more of like a savory type of vibe where you're like savoring these experiences, like bring back heavy petting and making out for hours on end. Like that's going to be your vibe, where yeah, I just described it. Excuse me. Let's see what else is coming through before we close this out. I feel like there's like an attention to detail that this person has, that you have with one another. I feel like for those of you that are intimate with this person, or when you actually become intimate with this person, it's going to be like something that's slow, something that's intentional, something that's, it's like there's this huge juxtaposition between like the hot, heavy, exciting, bustling nightlife scene, but the actual intimacy between the two of you is like a slow burn, an intentional process, something where you're just taking your time, and it's not a sloppy experience. It's not it's not a sloppy experience. It's an experience where you are going to leave feeling honored. Like you're going to really like feel like you've made love. Like afterwards you're going to feel a deeper connection. You're going to feel more close. You're going to feel more intimacy. This like union and intimacy between the two of you is going to be a tool to deepen your relationship and deepen your emotional connection with one another. So I feel like it's going to be good, like it's going to be everything that you need it to be, and it's also going to take your relationship to a deeper level. Like you guys might say that you love each other. I don't get like for the first time, it could be, but you just might say that you love each other in the middle of the deed or after the deed or whatever. There's just it's very romantic. It's very romantic, and it's very intentional, and it's very slow paced, and it's very respectful, and it's very honorable. And the Knight of Pentacles on top of this, like Horus is a woman. So I feel like this is something that the woman or the feminine energy is going to lead. So maybe, for various reasons, you're somebody who wants to take things slowly, or might become overwhelmed, or might be triggered, or maybe you have some insecurities or different things like that. So I'm definitely seeing that this person is very loving and caring and understanding and just overall accommodating and supportive in that regard. So that's all that I got for you, pal number 2. I hope that you love it. If you want to enter to win our giveaway, you can comment on this video, hashtag next level to be entered. And if you want to purchase a reading from me that's going to help you manifest this energy, you can book that using the link in the description. If you want to look into my courses or personal coaching, those links are also in the description. I love you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Okay, pile number 3. All right, we are looking into your next vacation. What's it going to be like? What's going to happen there? Maybe we'll get some insight on who's going to be there. Let's see. Okay. Pile number 3 is next vacation. I really feel like you guys could be going to like Italy or France. I get big Europe energy, and I know that this is a video of France on the screen, but I'm just getting big Europe energy. Like I feel like you're going to another country, and I know that there are people watching from all over the world, but in pile number 2, I talked about cities like New Orleans or Miami, which if you're in America is inside of America. But Europe for me is outside of the country. So I feel like you guys could definitely be traveling outside of the country. Regardless of where you go, this is going to be something that's new to both of you. Neither of you have ever gone to this particular place, or if you have gone to this country, you've never been to this city. And then the first card out says turtle. It's wonderful to be in the presence of a turtle personality like the beaver. The turtle has a strong relationship with the earth and water elements simultaneously. This helps to ground and connect them to the deeper truths of life, no matter where their travels lead them. Turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells for later use. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all the other books and begin to tell our own true tale. I love this. Peaceful, adventurous, and productive. To bring it into balance, you need an adventure. I feel like this is going to be, it's going to feel like something out of a movie. It's going to feel like something out of a book, and it might inspire you to write a book, okay? So this is definitely my creative pile, where you could be a creative person, your person could be a creative person. It's like if you're a writer, the events that take place here, the place is going to be so beautiful. You're going to be so inspired that you pull out your laptop or you pull out your notes app on your phone and you start writing out a story about it, or you're documenting your travels and there's actually a story. For some of you, you guys could be like YouTubers, you could be content creators, and you could just be like a vlogger, not for like the public, but I do get like a public feel where you are vlogging this trip, you are documenting the things that are happening, and that's how you're telling a story. Your person could be like an artist, and your person feels so inspired that they are drawing on the trip, or they're drawing a portrait of you, or they're drawing a portrait of the city that the two of you go to visit. It's like there's a really creative energy here, and there is totally an energy and a vibe here of storytelling. I feel like this is going to be a trip where when both of you go home, you're going to tell other people about this trip. You're going to want to share with people what happened. You're going to want to tell them what you did. You're going to want to tell them what you ate. You're going to want to tell them, what that restaurant was like and how good the food was and what you would recommend and how the hotel was great. And, this is how you got really great accommodations. And this is what the process was like for you checking in. So I think that you're going to be very happy with this vacation. You're going to be very pleased with the location, with the experience. And again, it's going to be really new. And even though it's a new experience, the two of you guys are going to feel very grounded. I feel like this is somebody who really brings you into your body, which is almost similar to what I was talking about in pile number 1, but it's a bit different. It's this is somebody who makes you feel present. I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Years ago, I dated a man who was a Taurus. He was like a Taurus sun and a Taurus moon, and he really pissed me off because I have a lot of Scorpio energy, so his energy opposed my energy, and it opposed my Mars. So he just really fucking pissed me off. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. The point is, when we were together and when we're kind of hooking up with each other, there was a moment where I was laying on top of him and my head was on his chest, and I am a water sign woman. I'm a Pisces sun and a Scorpio rising, and there are some times I have a Capricorn moon, which is grounding, but it's conjunct Neptune, and it's Neptune in Aquarius, so it's very airy, fairy, psychic, sensitive energy. So there are times where you can get overwhelmed energetically, and you can just feel you're feeling everybody's energy and all of this stuff. And when I was with this earth sign man and I was laying on his chest, it just felt like all of the psychic noise went away. It felt like laying on this rock, and it just felt like being calmed. It felt like being soothed. It felt like being safe. And that's the energy and vibe that I get that the two of you are going to bring out in one another. But even more specifically, I get that the masculine energy is going to make the feminine feel like this. So it's a new experience. It's a new place. It's a new city. It's a new 1,000,001 different things. But that masculine energy is going to make you feel very safe. So I know that in Paris, pickpockets are very popular. Have you guys seen that video or that woman who goes around Paris screaming, "Attenzione, pickpocket"? Okay, that's a little bit more British than I wanted it to be, but it doesn't matter. The point is, you could go someplace where it's pickpockets, or you're in a new place and it's a little bit dungy. It's New Orleans. They are not known to be one of the safest places on planet Earth, right? But this person that you're with, they make you feel safe, and they make you feel secure, and they make you feel grounded, and they make you feel taken care of, so much so that you're not feeling worried and anxious about anything, really. And with that energy of the turtle, it's when you think about the turtle and you think about that protective shell, when the turtle is vulnerable, when the turtle feels threatened, it can just pop its arms and its head into the shell, And so I kind of get that vibe that the feminine energy is the turtle arms and head, and the masculine energy is the turtle shell, And if you have moments or experiences where you feel a little bit like insecure, like you feel a little bit unsafe, this masculine energy is going to bring a sense of safety and security and just like a very protective vibe, like this person holding your hand, this person putting their hand over your hand, this person grabbing you by the waist or wrapping their arms around you. It just is going to make you feel safe and secure. You guys might be people who sometimes deal with a little bit of anxiety. You might be people who sometimes deal with a little bit of like social anxiety or fear, or you might deal with like fear of big crowds, or you might be going through something at that moment, or you might just feel a little bit of like emotional overwhelm or anything like that. And your person is going to bring just this energy of safety and security to you that's just going to make you feel grounded. Okay, let's get one more. We have the butterfly. I feel like at this trip, on this trip, you're going to like blossom. I feel like you're going to blossom in a way. I feel like your confidence is going to be increased. Like you're going to feel really good. You're going to feel really beautiful. This person might take pictures of you, and usually you don't like the way that you look in pictures, or you feel a little bit insecure about it. But when you look at the pictures that this person has taken of you, you feel beautiful. There's going to be a lot of that where it's just like you feel beautiful. I feel like this person is going to really make you feel very safe and make you feel very beautiful. So I feel like whoever chose my pile number 3, you're kind of a bit of like a delicate person, because when I think about a butterfly, I think about their delicate wings. I think about, just a sensitivity, a vulnerability. So I feel like for whatever reason, there's just a certain vulnerability to you, and this person is going to really just caretake you and show up for you so that you feel safe and secure. And the way that this person shows up for you, and the way that this person, tells you that you look so beautiful in your outfits, and this picture is so amazing and you look wonderful, it's like that's going to help to boost your confidence, and it's going to help to make you feel really good. We have the Chariot, the Two of Cups, and the Eight of Cups, followed by the Six of Swords, with the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. That's so funny. I feel like this person could like propose to you during this trip or something. Like, if it's not like a proposal, like a marriage proposal, then it's like them setting their intentions. They give you a promise ring. They tell you that they want to take the relationship to the next level. Like, this is an actual conversation that is had, because the Chariot is about creating success. It's about making a choice from the heart. It's about choosing to move forward. And this is a snail in this picture, but it doesn't necessarily feel like a snail's pace, but it just feels like there's positive forward movement. So maybe this could have been a long time coming, or you were waiting for this person to be ready for a relationship or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that it's like this person is sitting you down and having a conversation with you about the future of the connection and their desires. And this conversation is going to go down where they're basically telling you, like, I believe that you're my person. And oh my God, do you hear that? The train. This person is going to like sit you down and communicate to you, like, I believe that you are my person. I believe that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. There, it's like intention setting, because there's a castle off in the distance in the Chariot card. So it's like, yes, you could be talking about marriage. Yes, you could be talking about moving in. But even if you're not actually like planning those things just yet, you're going to be having the conversation that like, this relationship is heading towards marriage. This relationship is heading towards homes. So you guys will be having a conversation about like, where do you want to live? Like, what are your future intentions? What are your future plans? I feel like you guys will be talking about like your careers. I feel like you guys will be talking about like just what your next levels look like overall and in general. Like, this is what I want. This is what I'm thinking. This is where I'd like to live. I'd like to live in a home like this. I'd like to vacation, this many times a year. I'd like to have this many kids. I'd like to do this. It's like you guys are starting to plan the future together. And this person is basically going to be communicating to you like, I don't see a future. I don't see a future where I'm not with you. I don't see a future where we're not together. Like, with the Six of Swords energy, she's like dropping an anchor. So it's like this person is really committing and grounding this connection. With the Four of Pentacles, it's a woman who's like put up in a house, basically. I keep getting this message of like stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home girlfriend. So that might resonate with you, where this person is basically telling you like, I would like for you to move into my home, and I would like to take care of you, and like just a plan of like, the lifestyle will be like this. And because it's very material, it's very grounded. So it's like not just having a conversation about we should move in together one day. It's like having a conversation about marriage. You're having a conversation about prenups. You're having a conversation about money and finances. You're having a conversation about lifestyle. You're having a conversation about just like your plan. What's your financial plan? What's your financial desires? What does your ideal lifestyle look like? What does your ideal marriage look like? When you have kids, are you going to take off work to take care of the kids? Are you going to hire a nanny? Like, what is that experience going to be like? So there's a lot of planning, and I think you guys are going to leave this trip with a concrete plan, a concrete understanding, a mutual understanding that I believe you are my soulmate, and I believe you are my person, and I believe that this is where I want to be, like, for good. Like, I don't want to see other people ever again. I want to be together. So if this person doesn't propose to you, then this is the trip where you guys are talking about your intentions for marriage and making it clear that both of you see yourselves moving in that same direction. So after this trip, then it's like your person is already planning the proposal. It's 2:22 a.m. while I'm recording this. It's like your person is already planning the proposal. Your person is already putting the things together in their mind. Your person is planning on how they're going to ask you for your hand in marriage, and how the two of you are going to bring your lives together. So it's going to be really good, really beautiful, really calming, and really just grounding in the connection. And let's see if we can get anything else about pile number 3s. next vacation. Oh my God. We got the Ten of Swords, the Tower, the King of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. The King of Swords is like communication. The King of Swords is like the truth teller. And then we have the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Like, this person in such a masculine energy is gonna be like, this relationship is not working. I'm tired of having you as my girlfriend and I need you to be my wife. Like, full stop. We need to, like, end this experience of seeing other people, or end this experience of just being casual, or in this experience of not living together. I want to come together and I want to start a family. I don't just want to be the King of Swords in your life. I want to be the Emperor in your life. I want to have a greater role in your life. It's like, I feel like you guys are talking about the future, and it's like a conversation about, what choices are you making in the future? Will you go for this promotion? Will you go for this job? You know, like, this person could be getting job opportunities that are out of state, that are international, and things like that. This is just a scenario. So it's like, if is this a job that I'm going to take? If me taking this job means I have to move across the country and be away from you. If I take this job, are you willing to leave your job and come with me? Or should I turn this job away? It's like, there's something that happens in this person's life where they're realizing and understanding, number one, that they want to take this relationship to the next level, and that they don't want to just think like the King of Swords. They don't just want to be independent. They don't just want to be a lone wolf that's kind of moving through the world, making the best choice for only them. They want to factor you in. They want to think about your happiness. They want to think about what you want. They want to think about what you desire. They want to create a family. They want to come together as a family unit. The Ten of Cups is here. What's before the Ten of Cups? The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is like personal fulfillment. So this person is like, I'm done with just personal fulfillment. I want fulfillment of a family. I want fulfillment for both of us. I want a connection that works for both of us, and them just basically being very upfront with their intentions. Like, I see us getting engaged in the next several months. I see us getting married in the next several years. These are my intentions. I am like ready to have children. I'm ready to be ready to be a father. With the energy of the King of Swords, it's very direct, it's very open, it's very honest. There's a lot of communication that happens on this trip. It's almost like you guys go somewhere. This person might even get your engagement ring on this trip. You guys might look at engagement rings. I'm kind of getting more of the vibe of like obviously this person will know what you like and what you desire, but I feel like whatever engagement ring you get, it will be a surprise. I don't get the vibe that you'll be like, oh, I want this one, and then that'll be it. But I do think obviously this person will take what you want into consideration. So this person might get your engagement ring like while you're on this trip, and then when they propose to you in the coming months, it's like, I got this trip when we went to Paris. I got this on our trip to Paris, or I got this when we went to, Italy, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's the energy and vibe that I'm getting of this person just being like, I want structure. I want to ground this connection. I have these feelings. That's water energy with that turtle. And I want to ground it. I want to make it practical. I want to make it make sense. I want to make it something, tangible. I have this love for you, and it's intangible, right? It's my emotions. It's my feelings. I want to make it tangible with a ring. I want to make it tangible with a marriage certificate. I want to make it tangible with a ceremony. I want to like profess my love for you in front of all of our friends and family. I want to make a declaration of my devotion to you. Like, I feel like this person's gonna be like spitting some like fucking poetry. Like, they're very serious about this. They're very determined about this. So your next vacation with this person, you're connecting with this person who's at this level in their life where they're ready to go to the next level. They're ready for family. They're ready for marriage. They're ready for very serious commitment, and they want to move things forward. They want to get the ball rolling, and they want to make sure that the both of you are on the same page. So that way, when they propose, it's kind of like you guys hit the ground running. There's no conversation about, but where will we live? But blah, 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 blah. It's like you know it. And so then you get to have that fun experience, where the girls go on TikTok and they're like, is he proposing, or is my best friend just making sure that my nails are done before our vacation? Is he proposing, or is he just taking me out on a yacht trip to watch the sunset? Is he proposing, or did he just rent out this entire restaurant for us? I don't fucking know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're going to know that the proposal is coming because you guys have had this conversation, because you guys took this trip. And I think the way that this man takes care of you, and the way that this man supports you, and the way that this man shows up for you, it's like there's not going to be a doubt in your mind about who this man is to you and about what a life would be like with him. I feel like this is a man who has integrity. I feel like this is a man who has very strong character. It's like, this is the kind of man that you want to marry. This is the kind of man that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And this trip is also going to really solidify that for you as well, where it's just like, yes, this is something that I'm planning for in my future. So you guys are going to come back home from this trip, and you're going to have a very clear, like, direction of where the relationship is going and where the relationship is headed, and just like where the two of you stand with one another and what this person's intentions are. And I feel like there's like a shift where it's like, this person, instead of just showing up and behaving like a boyfriend, now they're showing up and behaving like a husband. And I don't know exactly what that means, but that's the energy that I feel. It's like there's a shift after this trip with this person having made their intentions very clear. The choices and decisions that they make, the behaviors that they exhibit, it's just gonna be different. It's gonna be more elevated. It's gonna be more intentional, and it's going to be like this person taking a greater level of responsibility for you in their own life, this person taking a greater responsibility for you in your own life. So you could definitely be having conversations about like moving in with one another, and this person being like, you can move into my apartment and I'm already paying the rent, or we can move into a new place, and with this job I can pay the rent, and you can do this and this and this. Like, it's a very much like earth sign energy moment. So that's really all that I'm getting for you guys. I hope that sounds good to you. I hope that resonates with you. If it does, you have to let me know in the comment section, because I really want to know. And if you want to enter this week's giveaway, you can comment #nextlevel in the comment section. And I'm going to announce the winner, oh my God, on the 24th. The last day to enter is the 23rd. If you want to just book a reading with me, then you can do that using the link in the description. And I also have courses and personal coaching that is available, so you can learn about all of that good stuff and get what aligns most with you by checking out the links in the description. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next one.